Andre Ayew's spokesperson, or the Ayew family spokesperson, has been in the news, says that Andre Ayew is being disrespected by the coaching leadership because he's a 3-time World Cup veteran. He has showed exemplary leadership, and so to not call him while he's doing well with Le Havre is unacceptable. That's the first one. Second one is, have we turned over a new leaf as a national team based on 6 points, 8 goals, clean sheets?
Have we turned over a new leaf? For me, that's a very big open-ended question. A new leaf for me would be a Black Stars that already knows what its future would be or would look like. At this point, who is the leader post 2026 World Cup if we qualify? That situation should be clarified, and per what we've seen so far, or per what I have seen so far, that situation really hasn't been clarified, because Henry Asantichum in the press conference said that the Mohamed Kudus captaincy thing was just an interim situation. There was a lack of clarity in that, because before he was handed the captain armband, was it communicated that it was on an interim basis, or are we grooming? Was it communicated that we are grooming him for the future as a captain for the future of the Black Stars? None of this was communicated well, and even how they handled that captaincy issue with Kudus, without Kudus, the ones involving Jordan Ayew, Thomas Partey, Alexander Jiku, we saw it play out in that game against Chad. Even that hasn't even been properly clarified. Confusion all over the place. So the future, I think beating Chad and Madagascar, it's all well and good, but once we qualify to the World Cup, the future will play out by itself. And per the way we started, I don't think we started on the right note, because we are just in a feel good moment, and these 2 games came at the right time. That we had a horrible AFCON campaign, and these 2 games came in and pretty much have glossed over a lot of the issues that we've had in the lead up to those games against Chad and Madagascar. So are we in the perfect or right moment? I don't think so. There's still a lot of things to do with this team, particularly when we go to the World Cup and we are done with the World Cup in 2026. Now to the Andre Ayew issue. The spokesperson has done his job. I mean, that's what he's supposed to do. Come out and make a statement like this.
Advocate for his player.
And advocate for his man. So I don't begrudge him. But the thing is,
I'll stop you there. A spokesperson speaks for you. So are we supposed to believe that Andre Ayew actually wants that out there?
Of course.
Because you just advocate. Because just advocate. You have to say what they want.
His words represent Andre.
Yes. Because if you don't want it out there, he won't come out.
Because
if you don't want it out there,
I'm saying, because you are saying he's advocating and things. He's saying what Andre wants to.
Because if you don't give him the green light, he can't, by his own volition, just come out and make such a big statement, because it is a big statement.
And we've known Andre Ayew has wanted to be back in this team for a minute.
And so for me, look, I think the time has come for us to move beyond this issue. And it goes back to that whole clarity thing. Look, after that 2020
get me the list of the 2009 under 20 winning team. Get me that.
Oh, we can find it for you here.
I'll get it for me.
After that 2024 AFCON, when we went to Cote d'Ivoire and crashed out at the group stage, with Andre Ayew coming in and playing in that game against Mozambique, he came off the bench. He committed a foul that got Mozambique to get a penalty, and Mozambique got 1 goal. They put 1 goal back because Ghana was leading 2-0. That's at the 89th minute.
Why you reminding me?
No, people really do. We need to put it into proper context. we were leading Mozambique 2-0. We were qualifying to the next round. And at that time, Andre Ayew had been introduced some minutes way before.
Yeah.
Then he committed a foul. We considered a penalty. Mozambique scored. Then the whole Richard Ofori episode happened. That should have ended it. From a competitive standpoint, in a competitive game, that should have ended it. Dede Ayew was supposed to be, after that AFCON, given some kind of a testimonial match or matches. You play, you end it.
Hey, are you trying to retire?
I'm not. Because see,
he plays for Le Havre.
I'm sorry, but
League.
yes, he plays in the one of the best leagues in the world. But at some point, you need to look at yourself. You need to look at yourself in the mirror. And yes, you can play, and he is playing at Le Havre. But is it what Ghana? Is he what Ghana needs at this moment? I don't think so. It's not that he's a bad player.
Yeah.
He's a terrible leader. He's such an unwanted personality. No, he checks all the boxes.
In
terms of commitment, I will defend the Ayew family and the Ayew brothers till death, because those guys are super committed. Everything that they've gone through, everything that they've dealt with, any moment the chance comes for them to play for the Black Stars, we've seen other players drag their feet. Those guys never drag their feet. They are quick to run to the Black Stars and fight for the cause. But there has come that time where he needs to look at himself in the mirror and understand that what he brings to the table, other players are bringing it and bring more. If you bring experience, he comes with a lot of experience. Jordan Ayew is bringing that experience. Thomas Partey is bringing that experience. Alexander Djiku is bringing that experience. Even Mohamed Kudus at age 24.
Semenyo and Cody all have experience.
What experience again does Mohamed Kudus need to bring to the table? He's played at the World Cup. He's played at AFCON. He's played in the Champions League in 2 straight seasons for Ajax. He's played at the Europa League for West Ham. He's playing in the Premier League. This is his second season in the Premier League. What experience again does he need to bring to the Black Stars? Iñaki Williams, on the international scene, he's not that experienced. But club side, he's very experienced. And now he's building on his experience on the international stage. Per what Jordan Ayew has, he's 33 years. Iñaki is 30 years. We are getting to a situation, Thomas Partey is also over 30 years. You can't have too many 30 plus year people in the team. And that's where the Ayew, he falls short a little bit, because if there was a dearth of experienced players in the team, give it to him, because you need a veteran leadership. You need that veteran leadership. But at this point, with his brother as the captain and the leader of the team, he is bringing what Dede Ayew would bring to the team. So you can only have one room for one Ayew brother. You can't have 2 rooms for 2 Ayew brothers in the team as they stand in the Black Stars. So yes, Dede Ayew checks all the boxes. But unfortunately, like I said, per the way this team is structured,
people bring more to the table when they
per where we want to get to, and per what we want to achieve, we can only make room for one Ayew brother. And unfortunately, it is not him. His time has passed. It is now the time of Jordan Ayew.
Fair point.
I want to just say something small. It won't be long. I'm very disappointed by this statement.
Even the timing of it.
Yes, I mean, your brother has just played his first 2 games as captain. He's done very well. Then you bring this statement after. Obviously, if they say you are not in their plans, that is as simple as that. Play your way into their plans. I get it. You've played a lot for the Black Stars, but no one is entitled to a place in their team. You've been one of our best. I've been tooting Andre's horn. He's top 10 in scoring. He's our record appearance maker. You can't say he's not a Black Stars legend. That one is a fact.
Can't take it away
but
from
every
him.
Black Stars legend has to stop playing someday. And if the coach decides it's your time, it's that simple.
Respect it.
It's not like this whole statement is not. And I read it was so long and unnecessary. Like, why? Because you weren't selected. Isn't this something you should take up with the coach?
Maybe he has taken it up with the coach and
then seriously it ends there. Because what do you want us to do? Because I don't think this is good for the team. Because we are talking about how the team is struggling. We finally managed to get
2
wins.
There's some
clean
positivity
sheets.
around the team.
And then this comes, and now there's another
the
cloud
timing
over
is
the
wrong,
team.
and it shows a lack of self-awareness, proper self-awareness, to be able to stand in the mirror and know that, okay, this is what is happening, playing in front of me. Your brother is excelling. He's excelled in the past 2 games. Why bring this issue up? So for me, lack of self-awareness, and on top of that, the timing is wrong.
I'll let Gabby speak on something else or tie all the loose ends together for me. But coach wanted to do something with the 2009 squad. Just quickly for me before I go to Gabby.
Mention their names for me.
Daniel Ayew
Retired.
Samuel Nku,
And that's your German test you, Daniel Ayew.
Let's go.
Test friend.
Gladson Awako,
Retired.
Jonathan Mensah.
Has Glasnawako told you that?
Ume Chabo.
The last time he had
Glasson is not retired.
Ume Chabo.
You know,
He still plays with the Olympics.
When he went to Hasselhoff, he had like
Finishing
stomach pain for like two months and
Okay.
was away.
Yeah.
So maybe he's had
Okay.
one of those situations.
Like-
No, but he's still playing. He's still
Glasson-
playing. Yes, Glasson is still
When was
playing.
the last time he played? the
Oh,
game?
Glasson is still playing. He's
Which
with the
team does
Olympics.
he play for?
He's with the Olympics.
Okay, so
Okay,
Division
so
1.
Division 1. What
Okay,
team?
we'll count.
Glasgow Division 1.
Jonathan Mensah. He doesn't have a team.
He
as
doesn't
far
have
as
a
I
team.
Free
know.
agent.
No, retire.
He doesn't-
Oh.
Daniel Ado,
Retire.
David Adi,
Retire.
Abeku Kwanzaa,
Retire.
Ajiman Bedu,
Retire.
Ajiman Opoku,
Retire.
Andrea Ayew.
Active.
So we have 2 active. Latif Salifu,
Retire.
Gandhi Kasenu,
Retire.
Kasenu Gandhi.
Mohamed Rabiu.
Right. Retire.
He's now a farmer.
Yeah, he's a cocoa farmer.
I saw that video. I saw that video. I saw that
Rabiu
video.
Mohammed.
Daniel Opare.
Retire.
No, Paris.
But why is still playing?
Ume Chabo.
He's in Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium.
Belgium playing for
Belgium. Okay.
The last team he played for was RC Serang, I think.
Okay.
That was in 2023.
Retire. Oh,
No,
Paris
but he's not
retire.
retired. He's not retired.
Number what?
Officially, he's not.
Retire.
We can check up on that. Somebody
Go
can check that up
to
on
transfer
that.
market.
Mention the name.
Philip Bwampong,
Retire.
Hey, Hassel Folks, Philip Bumpo.
Robert Dabu,
Retire.
John Benson,
Retire.
Ransford Ose,
Retire.
Bright Ade,
Retire.
Dominic Adia,
Retire.
and Joseph Edu.
Yeah, are
Retire.
you sure just Dominic Diaz retired? He's in Thailand though.
Adia.
Last
That was
time
like
he was in Thailand.
2019.
No more. You
He
see,
was at Nikon Rakatsima.
you see,
You know Nikon
No,
Rakatsima.
I think the last.
I'm a bad team, man. Retire. Call the ball. I'm a team.
So Daniel Pare since July 1st, 2023, without a club.
Retire.
No, he's not.
He's a free agent.
Not retired, but he's a free agent.
free agent. He's not retired.
No, let's not do that. He's a free
18
agent.
months as a free agent.
You get to have
Hold on. You see, don't retire. You see, if there's one thing, hold on. You see, hold on.
No, but the player has not come out to
No,
say
listen.
he's
That's
retired.
what I'm saying. Look,
But how many Ghanaian players come and say I've retired?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Like, you see,
very
but you see,
unprofessional.
Ghanaian players don't like it when us journalists
Retire the- That one too is true.
So let's
One of my
it's a very
very
sensitive
best.
matter to
Look,
them.
one
that
of my
one is
very
true.
best. Listen, one of my very best Ghanaian players is Ajiman Bedu.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
I would die for Nika any day
Oh,
when
Charlie.
it comes to football. Nika. I listened to him some few days ago. The Nika I know
Yeah,
should be playing football actively.
yeah. He can still play.
He's too good not to be playing.
can
So
still
if
play
he's
if he
still not playing for over a year, retire.
No, Ajiman Bedu is retired, right? He
Yeah,
said
No, when I listened to him, he said he's looking to come back.
So he's
Nika.
he's been playing.
that's more
He's been
like-
doing that thing like he's been hot and cold.
But you see,
Like,
But you see, my
You
thing is,
let me do what I want to do.
no, I'll just say something.
Please, we need to discuss two more things.
18 months.
Yeah.
You don't have a team.
Oh, retire. No,
You see, you've not retired though, but the game has retired you.
No, Tom. I'm saying retire based on the game. The game has
No,
retired.
seriously,
you.
because
retire.
18 months and
No
it's like
team.
you are, it's, and
That's why I'm
you are
saying.
not getting off the offense you want.
When I saw Dede train at the back of his house, that video that they tweeted.
And together with Wakaso.
Wakaso. I mean, you
Wakaso is not retired too.
look. Oh no more. You see,
Akash is injured. I think.
Nobody
He's
love.
currently.
I've said this here. Maybe the only people who would genuinely love him than me
Daniel Currency.
is the family people. That one I cannot. Hey, those who know me, when I talk about Andre, look, when Andre benched Sule in 2010 at that World Cup, I was one of those who because Sule too is my player. Oh. Ali Muntari, Oyamoshi Ogbo, Ali Muntari, Omale. He benched Sule when Sule had just won the Champions League with Inter Milan. Sule had won 3 caps or treble. He was coached by who at the time?
Jose Mourinho.
Jose was not benching Sule. Milovan benched Sule for the day. No be sure. Fifi taki won qualify. Mumo hene chebeche. Jawo no small no you are no quali.
Point well made.
He has served Ghana with dignity and pride. And I've always said, anybody who attempts to degrade Andre's legacy, the person will feel me good.
Thank you.
But as we speak today, Fifi, me qualify.
You should let him be.
Ani numu ajoy.
Thank you.
And
Ani joy.
I want to say something small.
Wale bashi. Bole nye tofui.
I just want to say something small.
Amini.
To be fair to him, when you look at the numbers of some of the other players,
That's why they are making
he is
arguments.
no. I'm just making up. I'm just saying.
From a pure numbers
I'm just
point.
making up numbers arguments. Per the numbers, some of the players you are selecting, he's in the same area as them.
Yeah.
So he has a right to feel aggrieved.
It's not only about the numbers.
No, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. But sometimes it doesn't matter what your number. Remember the 2018 World Cup? Raja Nainggolan was one of the best midfielders in Syria. They didn't call him because the coach just didn't like the way he was.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's that simple. Like it might not be entirely fair why they are not calling you, but
it might not even be on the field.
it might not be on the field purely. But sometimes the coach is just not calling you, making it public and doing these things.
Maybe
is
viewers,
unnecessary.
listeners don't know this. His first appearance was in 2007.
Yes.
And Accra when we hosted that 4-nation tournament. That was his first. He's been from 18 to 19 years.
You know what the world was
Amini.
like in 2007.
Mini.
You know the kind of
I
invention.
I was in JSS.
It's crazy. Mr. Fair, Andre Ayew, captaincy, hierarchy, team 10, the new leaf, budgets not released, tie it all together for us.
I said on the several shows, I mean, build up to the 2 games that I'd want to give Otuado a clean slate because it was 2025 and let's put the horrible run in the AFCON aside. Let's give him the chance. You know, en route to winning the 2 games against Chad and Madagascar, he had won against Mali and the Central African Republic. And he's won these 2 games against Chad and Madagascar, so he's still unblemished. He's still
4 in the World
he's
Cup
still
qualifiers.
clean in the World Cup qualifiers. But you can't say same with the AFCON qualifiers. I think 3 things that caught my attention, and I think the guys have highlighted it. One is the formation, the back 3 system. The game against Madagascar just was that point for me that I agreed to that formation, that style, or that direction. It was clear. The second thing was I realized something in the 2 games, the constant communication between Ofer and him. I didn't see that with the previous assistants. No indictment on them, but I thought that I was telling the guys that, you know, Ofer is somebody who, for me, I have interacted with him a couple of times, and from what I picked, he understands the game very well. He's tactically astute. I'm not saying Otto is not. You guys would have I have my reservations about him.
About who?
About Otuado.
As you
But
should.
yes, but I'm saying that addition or that tweak in the technical room may have been the trick in the last 2 games. I cannot say I cannot say much for Schaefer because I haven't interacted with him yet.
The champion Schaefer.
But I think those things were some of the things that caught my attention. You get it. What pains me is that the team has gained some momentum. Then of course it's the national team. It's not like club football where we would see this team the way they've played in the last 2 games against Chad and Madagascar. It would continue like that. I would want to hope that the players who performed or the team we've assembled would continue to play the way they used to play before we assembled them. They came to put up this performance. Because look, Ben, if you look at that Madagascar game very well, yes, you would want to touch on the tactical whatever that happened from Otto, but I think that quality came to bear for us. Go and look at the games against Mali, the Central African Republic, the games against Chad and Madagascar. Jordan, he's been very influential in whatever we've done. All right, that is why he has the numbers he has currently: 4 assists, 5 goals in the mix with Trezeguet and Mohamed Salah, who has 6.
Cooking.
Good. And I listened to that interview of his that he now realizes that he's now in the national team where he's in the mix of young talent.
Yeah.
And that he has to take up every criticism that will come.
Yep.
And he's walked the talk by taking up the captain's armband and leading the team to these 2 wins against Chad and Madagascar. This is the kind of performances we would want from him. Because look, for Jordan, this would be his last World Cup if he doesn't go.
Charlie, don't.
Same as Partey. No, I mean,
He's being realistic.
in footballing sense, look at the age.
Well, he can pull off a Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, good.
Footballers, they don't like these things.
It's Ghanaian footballers who don't like to be told the truth.
Because Jordan is what?
Oh, yeah, 33 years.
He's 33.
Then
He's 33. Let me be the devil's advocate. We miss out on this World Cup. Then we miss out. That's what I'm saying. The devil's
Just
advocate.
in case.
Yes, we miss out. The next World Cup is 2030, right?
Yeah.
That's in the Portugal and wherever.
This is, of course, his last World Cup.
It will be difficult. See, we'll come and sit here. No, Coach, I'm coming. We'll come and sit here and have this same conversation about him, like what we are discussing with his brother. That this is the time that he needs to bow out of the national team. At the back of the player's mind, Jordan, Partey, don't you think that they would want to put up that performance?
They know that
and go to
the end of the tunnel is near.
Yes, they would want to do it. And I think those were the signs that came to fruition for me on the pitch. Those were the things I saw. You get the point I'm making.
Yeah.
So, yes, experience came to fruition for us. It counted. Jordan, Partey.
Yeah.